What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? My name is Vidya James, and tonight this is going to be Tutorial Tuesday for the SGL Summer Series, an upcoming tournament as part of the SpeedGaming Live initiative. It's going to be a new summer tournament series, and one of the things we're doing is Ocarina of Time Randomizer, which has been a mainstay at SGL for quite some time now. The first SGL in 2019 featured Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and it's been consistently part of the events, both online and in person, all this time. And what I'm going to be doing for you guys today is showing off what the seeds are going to be looking like for the summer series, which is upcoming. It's going to be taking place throughout the month of May and June. It's going to be an online tournament with a nice little cash prize as well for the top placers. And it's going to be pretty similar to past SGL events in terms of the randomizer settings, with one major difference. If you're familiar with SpeedGaming Live settings, we'll go over them as we play through the seed, but the main thing to keep in mind is that it is similar to old SGL settings, but with one major difference, and that is beatable only instead of all locations reachable is enabled. So what that means is that there's, the seed is not going to guarantee that every single area in the game is reachable. So you could have, say for example, Nocturne of Shadow might be locked behind, completing Shadow Temple or something like that. And what that means is the seed is going to guarantee that nothing's going to be behind the behind something that's impossible to get to. Beatable only means exactly that. It's you're guaranteed to be able to beat the seed, but that's it. There's no guarantee of every single item and location is going to be reachable. So that's the major difference that we're dealing with. But as a whole, SGL settings are a little bit faster than you might be used to if you've seen Ocarina of Time randomizer tournaments in the past. It's kind of made for a live event, so we generally strive to have somewhat shorter settings than normal. Yeah, the seed is guaranteed to be beatable, exactly. What we need to beat the game, we need to complete the 3 dungeons where the 3 spiritual stones, Kiri Emerald, Goron Ruby, and Sora Sapphire, have been placed. So all the dungeons will have a random reward. Normally you beat the Forest Temple, you get the Forest Medallion, but in this case, it could be anything. It could be, the Goron Ruby, it could be the Shadow Medallion. So every seed is different, and we're going to have to find out which dungeons we're going to have to beat. So that's in order to access Ganon's castle, is to get the 3 spiritual stones. So there's 3 dungeons we need to complete. And in order to get Ganon's boss key, that has been locked behind the Shadow and Spirit Medallion. So in total, we are always going to have to beat at least 5 of the dungeons in order to complete the game. We also need to find Light Arrows, Bow, and Magic just to be able to kill Ganondorf. But other than that, it's generally shorter than you may be used to if you played Ocarina of Time Randomizer before. You'll notice that we start with the Forest Medallion. That is guaranteed. This is something new that was introduced last year as part of SGL. And Forest Men, normally it gives you a song in Temple of Time, but just for the purposes of these settings, that has it is a junk song. So you see we start with 2 random songs. You start with Prelude, which is always on, and then we start with a random song, which in this case has been shuffled to Song of Time, which I can see on the item screen there. We also start with the Light Medallion, and the Light Medallion is going to be on a random dungeon, and that indicates that that dungeon is completely dead. There's nothing to be done in that dungeon. We never have to go in there. We never have to beat it. There's not going to be anything useful to complete the seed behind that dungeon, but we'll find out what that is once we get into it. And with that, I think it's time to get into it. We can start talking about what we're doing here in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so you see we start in the Temple of Time. We start as adult. This is standard every seed, and we're going to get 4 hints here. These 4 hints are going to tell us what the foolish regions are. So no well, no Gerudo Valley, no Lake Hylia, and no Kakiri Forest. Okay, those are pretty good foolish hints. I really like the foolish Lake Hylia because that has a ton of stuff that's a little bit annoying to route in. So we don't have to worry about Lake Hylia at all. Valley is kind of nice. It's not, you know, it's only like 3 things in Valley total, but it's so out of the way that it's nice to know that ahead of time that there's nothing. Bottom of the well, and then Lake Hylia and Kakiri Forest. Kakiri Forest, unfortunately, that's actually a really good early game region, so to know it's completely dead is unfortunately a little bit of a loss, but no big deal. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to Kakariko first. There's a ton of stuff we can do in Kakariko right away. It's just kind of the de facto, like, if you don't know what to do, you just go to Kak first. The first thing we're going to check here is the Spider House rewards. In SGL, 30 and 20. Okay, so there's a bomb bag on 20. And 30 is a hook. Oh my god, what a seed that I've rolled. Alright, so we've got a potential heavy spider seed, which is fine by me. But yeah, 40 and 50 are nothing. Those are turned off for these settings. But yeah, 20 bomb bag, 30 hook shot is yeah, long shot is DLC. If we can do water hop, then we'll be golden. But yeah, long shot is an interesting item in that it kind of it used to be always required to beat Water Temple, but there is a new trick allowed. A new trick that was discovered last year called Water Hop that allows you to skip needing the long shot to beat Water Temple. Ooh. So Hammer is a really good early game find. It's not necessarily explosives, but it's pretty close to what explosives would provide. There's just a couple of things we can't do with it, but Hammer is really, really nice to have early on. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and equip that right away. Very nice to have that early on. And here we're just checking some of the random stuff around in Kakariko. I'm going to grab this health. Early game health is also pretty important. You do want to have like some health up until about 5 hearts or so. Depending on your playstyle, you may want to go for more or less, but I generally prefer to have 5. That's generally a good sweet spot to have. And I'm not getting this trick. This is a trick you can do to just get on the windmill. This is fairly easy to do, except that I messed it up like 3 times, but it's okay. Let me get a song off of this guy. Pull out your ocarina, that's all you gotta do. Oops. It is Bolero, which does give us access to another song, as well as a skull once we find a bottle, so that's pretty important to have. Right, so Anju here, or excuse me, Chicken Lady. She's not called Anju in this game. She just got nothing, okay. And then, along with Kakariko, there's also the Graveyard, which has a couple of nice things that we might as well just do right away. A free shield. Very nice. Never complain about a free shield. So yeah, at this point I'm going to go into Graveyard, do the Dompe race. It's going to be 2 items that we get, as well as 1 item here underneath this grave. Nice. Just hop right over the hole. And you'll notice that these chests have actually been updated, so the size and chest texture will indicate what kind of item it is. So there's Iron Boots, so that's really nice. We don't know if we're going to need to beat water yet, but assuming we do need to beat water, you need Iron Boots to do much of what you want to do in water. So that is the Stone of Agony, so I just peek that by pressing C up during a roll. Allows me to look through the ledge there. Stone of Agony is completely useless in randomizer. We don't need it. So we're just going to ignore that. Nice. The Dompe race, completely random Hotly Flames. So you just kind of have to roll with the punches and hope that you don't get hit. But as long as I complete the race in under a minute, I get both of the rewards for this race in one go. Really nice. This is pretty bad for my standards for Dompe race, but whatever. We're still well within the minute benchmark that we need here. Okay. So this is going to be nothing, but we might as well open it just in case. Yeah, see, money. Not going to complain about that. And more health, which we will happily take. Then we can just void out here by side hopping into that door and side hopping quickly back out. Very, very nice. Now I'm going to make it up to Goron Village because there's a couple things I'm going to be able to do with the hammer, so I might as well just keep the momentum going here before we have to go and do something else. Because usually around this point, if you don't have much, you probably decide you might want to like play Prelude, go do child checks. We have open door of time, so we can change age whenever we feel necessary. Just a quick item here in the grotto, and it's another big chest. And this is in logic because the hammer is available. And that's okay, so that's great. So more than likely we don't need to worry about that long shot on 30 skulls now, but I still want to go pretty hard on the skull finding just because 20 is a bomb bag, and we don't want to forget about that. There are 3 bomb bags in total in the randomizer, but it's very possible that the other 2 bomb bags are locked behind the first bomb bag on 20 skulls. Less likely now that we have the hammer, but still could very much be the case. Failing at combat here. Oh my god. Just, equip all my stuff here. That Tektite was roughing me up. I have to be careful here that the rocks don't hit me here. Thankfully, there is a heal right around here. Uh-oh. 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 We're fine. Oh, bomb shoes right there on the ledge. So we'll go ahead and grab those. Now that I am no longer at half a heart, we should be fine. A couple more things I can do up here as well. Probably want to track Bolero Fire as well. Forgot to do that earlier. So I should probably check my dungeons. I meant to do that when I paused, but got sidetracked. So we can press D-pad down here, and it'll show the dungeon we need to do. So Shadow, Water, and Fire, Dodongos, and Jabu. Not exactly the best medallion layout, but it's fine. And then Deku is Light Medallion, which sucks, because that's like the best dungeon to do. Spirit is Fire, and Forest is Water. Oops. There we go. That's the dungeon layout. So again, we need the 3 spiritual stones. So behind Fire, Water, and Shadow. And we need to beat Dodongo's Cavern and Jabba Jabba's Belly. Depending on my bomb shoe count, I should be able to... That's 10. Okay, so we'll be able to beat Dodongo's Cavern right now, which is really nice. And I'm also able to get a bunch of skulls here, which is going to be nice for that bomb bag, potentially. So we'll go ahead and take care of all of that. So dungeons, really good in the randomizer. They are extremely dense. Lots of items here. So Desert Colossus is Path to Bongo Bongo. Okay, so let's talk about path hints. These are the main kind of progression hints that you get in the randomizer. You get 5 path hints. It's always going to be region is path to required boss in order to beat the game. So in this case, there's going to be something in Shadow or something in Desert Colossus that's going to be required for me to enter Shadow. Most likely the song that's in Desert Colossus. Oh my god. Most likely the song in Desert Colossus is going to be Nocturne of Shadow. That's like the easiest explanation, but path hints can be quite nebulous, quite hard to parse. So you can never count on a path hint just being like the simplest the simplest reasoning behind why it might be path. It could be something like way more intricate and complex. But we will find out whenever we have access to Desert Colossus, which may not be for a while. I could technically get there right now with the hook shot, but it's not generally advisable to do that. We hopefully want to get Requiem of Spirit first. Alright, so I got a couple skulls there just because we know there's a bomb bag on 20. And so it'll be quite proactive to get skulls that we can. You know what, let's... Actually, no, this is probably not going to be any sort of health, because health will be in pink colored chests. So, not even going to worry about that. I'm also not really concerned about my bomb shoes here. I'm not going to need to use too many of them in order to do everything I need to do in Vidya's Cavern. So, I think I'm just going to not worry about what we call it save scumming, where you can save, do some stuff, and then if what you ended up doing is not required, then you can just reset and get stuff back. For example, your bomb shoes. But here I don't particularly care. I have more than enough shoes to last me, along with the hammer. If I didn't have hammer, I definitely want to consider scumming the bomb shoes, but with the hammer, it's basically like I only need to use a couple shoes in order to beat the dungeon. And who knows, we might find a bomb bag or something along the way, and then all of our troubles will be solved. But until then, I'm gonna continue to grab more skulls here. And we're making our way through here. Thankfully, Jadonga's Cavern is another extremely easy dungeon, and it's very fast too. So it's nice that this one's required at least. It could be pretty bad if you if neither of Jadonga's Cavern and Deku are required, but thankfully we have this one at least. There is one chest on the ledge over here that we can take a look at. It's nothing, we're just going to ignore it. Same with that one, so we'll go ahead and finish up the dungeon here. And we can do this pretty easily with bomb shoes here. So we just need to light the eyes here. And yeah, Deku nuts are really nice for making the bomb shoes explode right away, which is good because otherwise they just run off. I just wanted to be extra sure that was going to work, so I had to slightly adjust myself until I was confident I had the right position and angle. Oh, that's not the right angle. Gotta wait here. Gotta wait for the platform cycle. Please. Fortunately, I'm paying the dingus tax here for falling down. Alright, so we can skip this entire back of the dungeon just by grabbing the ledge, because this dungeon was not meant to be completed by adult. I'm gonna skip the skull at the back. I don't really think it's that necessary. I think we're more than okay on skull count at this point. Ow. Ow. Fine. Yeah. That's all, get a heart there. Alright, another big chest. What could this be? More bomb shoes. Fantastic. And it was a 20 pack, which is insanely good. I still want to make sure... Okay. Just using the hammer damage there with crouch stabs to break the floor. Okay, so in order to beat King Dodongo with bomb shoes, you have to do something a little bit tricky here. I tried to backflip with the bomb shoe. You can get it in his mouth. Fortunately, it's pretty consistent if you do this. So what I did was get a ground jump off of the bomb there, and it allows me to do that little hop in order to kind of slam the bomb chew into King Dodonga's mouth. So I try to grab the bomb flower while my shield is out, and then I get that interrupted by King Dodonga rolling by, and it lets me do that little hop. When I try to backflip, it's just like a stationary jump, and then you can plant the bomb chew in his mouth and beat the boss very easily. And now that I have 20 chews, I'm like super not worried about my explosives. So, nice little consolation there, getting those 20 bomb chews off of the chest right before the boss. Otherwise, I'd have to be a little bit smart about how I approach the rest of the explosive checks until I find the bomb bag. And now I'm like really not that concerned with the bomb bag on 20 skulls. Like, I almost don't want to do it because 27 bomb chews, or 24, excuse me, and hammer is like more than enough explosives I'm going to need for the rest of the seed. As long as we're smart and we use hammer where we need to use it, we should be okay. So the only thing that bomb bag like strictly locks is like there's logical access, right? But there's also there's logical access, but there's also one thing that I guess, one-ish. It's bomb chew bowling, funnily enough. You can't do that game if you do not have a bomb bag, which doesn't really make sense because I have bomb chews, but yeah, we've got we're making good progress. Yeah, DC is fine. DC is fine as a first side. The dungeon layout, the med layout is not great. So there's still plenty of room for shenanigans. Oops. Right, I made a mistake there. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Yo, hover boots? Oh man, we're cooking. We're cooking now. Alright, so I want to make my way over to do Colossus, Crater. Okay, Sun's Grave is dead, really nice to know. Good information. That is a sometimes hint. Basically, there's a rotating pool of certain checks that are annoying. You're always going to get a certain number of them. I believe it's 6 in SGL settings. And basically just, you know, there's a pool of like, I don't know, 50 of them that you're gonna get some information about. Pool is smaller for SGL, noted. There, and I'm just using crouch tabs here, which stored hammer damage to break these rocks. And there's nothing useful here. Okay, and HBA is also nothing. What was the other one? Suns is also, yeah. So now I'm at 5 hearts. I'm kind of at the point where like I should be okay with health. Because I have fire, I may want to entertain getting another heart. 6 is absolutely safe for everything you never need to do in the fire temple. I might actually be able to beat fire right now. The problem is beating Volvagia without a bomb bag and without a Goron tunic is a little hairy, but we can kind of assess the situation once we're in Fire Temple. There's Sun Song. That's good for skulls, even if the check that we saw for Sun's Grave is dead. Sun Song is still really nice to have, so we will happily take that. Yeah. Why don't we go into fire? I have Bolero, so I can just leave and continue on whenever I feel like it. Yeah, let's see what the fire temple's all about. Can I have a health? No? Alright. Fire keys never drop hearts as one drops a heart. Hold on a sec. I need to... Noticing something is wrong with my capture. Sorry. Much brighter. Apologies. The game was a little bit darker than it should have been, but no big deal. Watch the like. Man, I'm still wanting to get skulls where I can. Now we can use Master Sword crouch stabs as a nice easy way to instantly end each phase of the mini boss here, and then use those same crouch stabs with the hammer to instantly stun the boss. So it's really, really quick. And that's the whole basement loop of Fire Temple done. Now, again, I can, if I really want to, I can beat this dungeon right now. But again, I'm a little concerned because I have to use 9 bomb chews on Volvagia. And I don't know if I'm willing to part with 9 bomb chews right now. We'll have to see. It would be nice. I do have Bolero, so I can come back here whenever I want. So what I might do is I might just do all of Fire Temple up until I get the boss key, and then come back here when I am more well equipped to beat Volvagia without the need of using my bomb shoes. But for now, I'm just using hover boots there. For now, I might just do as much of the dungeon as I can, because this is still progression, and this is really good to be doing early on. But we'll need to assess how we can how much of this dungeon we can do. My health is a little bit concerning, actually. I may want to go back to the first room and get some health. Let's see what these chests give for us. Oops, that was insane grab range there for the like. Please die. Now I'm definitely gonna want to get some health back. Yeah, the likes, unfortunately, they have a bit of a big grab hitbox, especially if you slash towards them like an idiot like I did. So we'll take a look at what the chests are here, and then I'm gonna have to go back and oh, nice, a heal. This is perfect. Now I don't have to concern myself with going back for more health. Very nicely timed heal. And a little maneuver I can do here to get through the dungeon. Or get through this room without taking any damage, and I'm on the perfect cycle with the platforms here to just make it across and not take any damage from the lava. Ah, did not want to take that half heart, but it's fine. We did in fact get bailed out with the heart that the fire keys never drops, so that's really nice. And a big chest. We're rewarded for doing progression, potentially. Blue fire arrow is okay. So normally in vanilla OOT, normal OOT, ice arrows don't really do that much. There's like a couple of like niche interactions, but as a whole they don't really lock anything. Randomizer has added in something called blue fire arrows. So now the ice arrows have the same properties as blue fire, which means they can melt red ice, which makes Ice Cavern doable even if you don't have a bottle, which is really, really nice. So that's, one sec here. This is bad. I don't think I live this. We'll find out. We gotta risk it. Ah, so close. I balked on the turning left. Because what you need to do is when you climb that ledge, you need to turn left. But my input did not register. So I meant to turn left and target, and then I targeted, but I did not turn left. So unfortunately, I just barely didn't have enough time to complete that room. But it's fine. We can just go right back. There we go. That's what I meant to do this whole time. Oh, nice. I forgot the block's already there if you just push it. It's taking a lot longer than I thought. Don't tell me this is gonna happen again. Okay, no, we're more than fine this time. Okay, we got another key chest there. Alright, I'm gonna have to do something a little stupid here. Nice, got it first try. Just a nice little setup there to skip the block push here. And just get onto the ledge right away. No, not anymore. We're not dying in Fire Temple. Just a small key there, and then there's another chest that we can peek through the wall here. It's another big chest. Okay, so we definitely want to go get that. That's going to be a major item for sure. Hopefully, like a bomb bag or something. Bomb bag would make it so that I'm, like, just about confident in doing Villagia right now. Just because the boss is going to be way faster with the bomb bag. But, we're able to do all of Fire Temple right now. So we're definitely going to want to clear as much of it as we can. We may decide to skip out. If we get the boss key, for example, we may want to skip out on some of the later checks, but for now we're gonna do Fire Temple as it comes, and I'm not gonna complain about being able to do it this early and being able to get this progression out of the way. Thankfully, we are not bow locked either. It is possible for the next chest to have the key that you need to unlock this door, which is only available if you have a bow, but thankfully we're not in that situation. We'll have to go the long way around for this chest, but let's see what it is. It's another big chest, which is really good. And we're gonna get it and then just do this room all over again, because there's no way back out once you go down to this spot. Let's see, we got 3 big chests in fire. It's a strength that is really nice. That is strength locked as well, because you remember the jump I did just a couple rooms ago. That requires a strength, so that's good information to have. It means that at least one of the other strengths is not going to be locked by a strength. It's a little confusing to wrap your head around if you're new to it, but basically that means that there's going to be another strength out there that is just freely available. It probably isn't going to matter that much, although we will have access to Ganon's potentially without the ability to complete Jabu-Jabu's Valley, which we need to do to beat this seed. So Light Trial is always a concern. Light Trial is an area that you need all 3 strength upgrades in order to do. So we may be in a situation where the final item we need might be locked behind a bunch of strengths. So again, good information to have that that strength is locked behind another strength somewhere in the world. It's just going to be available. Now we'll check that third big chest over here that we know about, and then we'll have to go back and hopefully find the boss key. I mean, hopefully we are going to find the boss key. We'll see where it is. It's got to be somewhere. Rudo's letter. Speaking of Jabu Jabu's belly, that is an item that is required to beat that dungeon. We're doing pretty well on required items. It's getting to that point where, like, we're pretty close to go mode, actually, because, like, I can do water. I mean, we'll need to find Zelda's Lullaby, but I can, other than Zelda's Lullaby, which hopefully shows up soon, I'm able to do water. I just need a boomerang to beat Jabu. And then Magic and Dins is all I'm gonna need to beat Shadow. So this might end up being quite the kind seed, despite the kind of abysmal dungeon layout that we have. But we'll see. We can't count our chickens just yet. We also only have one path hint so far, so there might be some nice little bit of information. Yep, that is unnecessary key. There might be some nice information nested in the last couple path hints. We do a backwalk here to skip the fire maze here. And one little thing here, we do have Song of Time, so this will be accessible to us, and that is the boss key. I really don't want to orphan the last check of the dungeon here. It is a little bit of a time commitment. And it is possible for it to not be a key, so we're gonna go ahead and do it, because there's two keys. We've seen one of them, but another key could be on Vavagia itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the last little bit of checks here. And I think I'm actually going to make a decision when I get the boss key. I think I'm not going to beat Vavagia right now. Just because I'm not really that interested in parting with 9 chews at this point. I want to wait until I either find a Goron tunic, find a wallet, or find a bomb bag. And then I should be pretty safe to beat Vavagia. But until then... Nice. We're just not even gonna worry about it. Nice. I've never seen a ledge grab like that before. Alright, last room in the dungeon here. We'll be able to see it. It'll show a cutscene showing what the chest is. Oh, I never did Pierre. I should probably go and do Pierre, shouldn't I? Ooh, it's a big chest. I'm glad I went and did this. I totally forgot about Pierre. That is another check we'll need to do in Fire. Again, it's kind of time consuming, but it also has 2 skulls on the way, so I'm not going to want to do that. It's just a bottle, which now that we have Rudo's, not really concerned about that, but yeah. Oops. Did this a little bit wrong, but that's okay. We can just Song of Time here. We have Rudo's, we have a bottle. Anything else of note to mark? No. Yeah, I'm kind of a fool for skipping Pierre there, but it's okay. You can just go back and do it. Yeah, that bottle is not required. It's just a nice to have. Fire key, and we'll go back for Pierre now. Luckily, Pierre is just like a couple of rooms away. It's not that too bad. This is a check-in fire temple that you need to summon the Scarecrow, whose name is Pierre, so that's what we call it. Nice. Health's not doing too great here. Oh, we should be fine. I totally forgot about this check, but that's okay. Normally, you're not able to do this on your first go through of fire. I'm not used to it, but free Scarecrow is very, very nice. Normally, in order to get the Scarecrow, you need to go to Lake Hylia, both as child and adult. It's very time consuming. Very annoying. But in SGL settings, you just have the Scarecrow song right away. You don't even need to play a song. You just pull out your ocarina and there's the Scarecrow. So that's really nice. Alright, we're gonna be at 9, and then I can go get the 10th one. I forgot to get another one in the Boulder Maze. That's A-okay. So this has a 50% chance of being a key. If this is not a key, then the item on Malvagia is the key instead. That's the key. Okay, so Malvagia is an item which does give some level of, like, does give some level of credence to doing Malvagia right now, but I'm not gonna get tempted. Get one more skull here, and then I'm just gonna warp out of fire. We're just not gonna worry about. I don't really gain much from eating Malvagia right this second, and I have Bolero, so I can just come back here whenever I want. But yeah, that's good. Full clear of Fire Temple otherwise, which is nice. At this point, I just need to wrap up the last couple things around this area. We'll go to Forest, we'll get another song from Sacred Forest Meadow. And then from there, we are pretty good to go for getting child. This is a really, really good adult section. Getting a lot of our progression out of the way. At this point, I am going to want to try and find as many path heads as I can. Some of them may be useless, but I'm hoping there's a decent number of them that'll be a good amount of information for what I still need to do in order to complete the seed. Just a rupee up there in the volcano. Oh, is there a glitch? Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to mention is I thought Reg was open now, but if there's a glitch, then we'll hold off on that. Okay, so Water Temple, Dark Link is small key and nothing. Good information to have. I did not mean to press the shoe button. Thank God I have 20 of them. What? Okay, now the game is trolling me. I've never seen the Gossip Stone here get hit by the Ooh, okay, that's really good to know. Okay, so we just need magic in order to in order to beat Jabu, which is really nice. Oh, treasure chest game is Boomerang. Very, very good to know. Alright, the hints are kind of bailing us out here right now. I know that already. And I'm gonna play Sun Song here. There's 2 more nighttime skulls that I can get while we're in here. And actually, there's even more nighttime skulls in the forest area that we can quickly get. So we're well on our way to 20 skulls, which would give us that bomb bag, which at this point is looking less and less like I'm gonna need it, but you know, we're not gonna you know, risk too much of you know, playing with fire, so to speak. Alright, check this out. Side hop, side roll. Slash, target, jump slash. And get the skull. Very nice. That's what OOT is all about. The nice thing about the forest area is there's a ton of hints here as well. So hopefully we get at least another path hint would be nice. Hopefully 2. Yeah, 50,000 bespoke glitch setups, exactly. Take that. We'll take that for the more health. Because, we know Volvagia's in our future, and 6 hearts would make things a lot better for Volvagia. Right. Another nice setup we can do here. Oops. There's a skull I could get up there in that Deku Theater over to the left, but it's gonna be more trouble than it's worth, I think. Alright, so only one of these scrubs actually has an item that I care about. That's just the normal for these seasons. There's a bomb bat. Okay, so we are done with skulls. Officially done with skulls. Very, very nice. Now we don't have to worry about anything. And now I'm actually in the situation, like, do I go back and do Volvagia now? Because I know there's an item on Volvagia, but, eh. At this point, I just kind of want to rush raw density. Forest might actually be worth considering. Forest Temple is pretty dense. I mean, it's 8 checks, so it's not like that dense, but I think at this point, the big thing to prioritize is going to be songs, and I may actually want to go to, I may want to go to, sorry, Colossus. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rush songs first and see if I can get Requiem. If I can get Requiem, then all of my problems are solved. Okay, we have not seen path hints yet, which kind of sucks, but well, we have one path hint, but I was kind of hoping for at least one. All right, what's the song here? Zelda's Lullaby. Great. Gossip Sims over here. Alright, so that is logically locked behind either Minuet or Saria song. I don't particularly care. Those can show up just kind of wherever. Forest is nothing. Forest, or Kakiri Forest was hinted foolish, so I'm just gonna take a look at this. Kak is Pathomorpha. Kak Morpha. We got Iron Boots there, right? Yeah, we did. We got Iron Boots there, so that is fulfilled. Yeah, there's the hook, but does that, how does that work with, can you have, I guess you can have, even though the 30 is hinted, though? Because I thought hinted checks don't count for path hints. I could be wrong about that. It's been a little bit, but... yeah, it's if nothing else, it is definitely at least the Iron Boots, but yeah. But that's the thing, though, is like, if you have like a sometimes hint for a region, then that can't also be the path, right? That's how that works. So I thought it was the same thing with oh, the Redeck Grotto hook. You're right. You're right. I totally forgot. I misremembered that Iron Boots were there, but you're right. Okay, Icy is dead. I'm kind of desperate for path hints at this point, so I may actually want to get the second hint here in Castle Courtyard. What was that hint again? I just read that hint and I didn't process what it was. Okay, there's a 6. Okay, so we're pretty good on health at this point. Oh, it was no. We got Shadow Trial too elsewhere. Yeah, Icy Waters, you're right, okay. Let's go ahead and get the second hint. So it's another, normally it's kind of a, you know, you decide on your own if you want to go for this. And normally I don't go for this, but in this case where we're kind of hunting for paths, we already have that path. So unless it's double path, which seems unlikely, just not even gonna bother. Actually, I'll make it night now because it's just gonna be faster to make it night outside here, and then I can have this day transition happen. Just little small optimization there. He says as he side hops into the wall. Totally meant to do that. Yeah, this is a nighttime exclusive check right here with Richard the dog. It's nothing. Right, but because we have that bomb bag, we're able to do 2 checks here as well. Bomb shoot bowling. We don't care about health at this point, as discussed. And that's nothing too. Make the day again. We're gonna go do the slingshot archery, and then we'll head over to Lon Lon Ranch. That's gonna be basically the next smart thing to go do because there's another song there. And then we'll be able to check our save warp as well. So the child save warp is a random location. The adult one is always going to be in Temple of Time, but the child save warp, just to add some variety to the seeds, you have a random spawn for child. And that's per seed. It's not like every time you save warp it's a different spot. It's just every seed will have a consistent but random save warp location. So it's good to figure that out as soon as you can, and Lon Lon is kind of nice because you hike all the way to the back of Lon Lon, and you're kind of in this situation where you're forced to either take the long way of walking out, or you can save warp. You can also play a warp song, but you can also do that post checking the save warp anyway, so it's a really nice spot to check your child save warp. It's in this grotto, and we get a hint here. Like I said, I'm a little desperate for hints. Goron City Bongo. Trying to think what we got in Goron City. We got hover boots there, so that immediately satisfies that. Okay, so not exactly a useful hint there. 2 paths to Bongo is really interesting, though. I guess because there's, well, I don't know. Because the bomb bag that we got in Forest was not bomb bag locked. It was, you could use the hammer for that, and the hammer was Sphere 0. So maybe it's because there's 2 Sphere 0 bomb bags that it's impossible to give a path for King Nadongo. That's probably why we got a second Bongo hint there. Funny. Normally I'm in nice, more bomb shoes. Normally I'm in Lon Lon a lot sooner than this, and normally I'm still pretty low on skulls, so I want to get the tree skull over to the left there. But I'm remarkably in a situation where I'm in Lon Lon at 50 minutes, which is kind of crazy, and I am done collecting skulls at this point. Oops, too far. Song is Minuet. So Zelda's Lullaby is now in Logic, which is great. That also gives me very quick access to Forest. So it's definitely going to be the warp song I play, provided that the save warp is not a useful location. Yeah, just one more thing to check back here at the back of Lon Lon, and we'll be on our way doing the save warp. That's nothing. Save and reset. Let's see where this save warp is. If it's nothing useful, then I'm just going to play Minuet and get another song. Yeah, shout outs to Greg the Green Rupee. This is Zora's Domain. This is a really good spot to be. This is a really good save warp location, too. Might as well take care of the stuff that's in here now. There's also decent help and hints here. Well, there's really just one, but yeah, we know that already. We might as well do Zora's Domain stuff. And then there's also Zora River, which I could do. It's a little bit long as Child, but as we get into this, Requiem may become more and more important. Depending on where Requiem is, so I don't know. I probably want to do Ice Cavern at some point soon. This is a glitch called Flame Storage that you put the stick away at a specific angle relative to the torch, and then the next time you pull out the stick, it will be lit on fire. As the hitbox of where the stick is prior to be putting away lingers for a little bit when you pull it back out. See what's in here. There's one thing I could do in Jabu right now. I don't really care to do it. Mostly because I don't have magic. And getting back to Jabu is not the worst thing in the world, but it's kind of just, yeah, do it later if you need. Jabu's kind of slow overall, so. Some more nuts here. I mean, there is something I could do in Fountain, but we can also just do that later as an adult, and it'll be much faster. Nothing. Okay, let's play Minuet. I don't care about doing River as Child because the Storm's Frog is hinted dead, so we can just do River as adult. It'll be much faster, much nicer. There's Storms, which gets me a couple things. It gets me a couple hints, too, which is really nice. Not exactly what we want. I would have loved Requiem or Nocturne, but I think I'm kind of operating on the assumption that Nocturne has to be in Colossus at this point. They're running out of spots for it to be, right? At this point, though, it does kind of feel like we are in Rush song mode, which is not the worst spot to be in. Once again, Forest is foolish, so I'm not going to do anything here, but there's a hint here, so I might as well just check it while we're here. Why not? Forest Evolve? Oh, that must be where the strength is. Okay, so we might not actually have to do that. But that is good to know. There is a strength in Forest. So if we're in a situation where we need a strength, that is going to be. It could also be the bow. You're right. Although we weren't bow locked in fire, so I don't think that's going to be the case. Hack bong. Wait, we don't have that. There's 3 paths to bongo. Could also be Tunic Logic, you're right. So we have, I think we have all of our path hints now. Cac Bong and then Forest Evolve. So we have 3 bongo hints. The Cac Bongo hint is interesting. Oops. So we did get the hammer. The hammer was in Kakariko. Now how could that be? How could that be path to Bongo? I wonder. And the song we got was Bolero, which isn't really that useful. Let's do Chowgoran City. We might as well. Two quick things we can do here. I'm wondering if chickens might be worth it, because it's a wrong song again. Yeah, the lack of Baronade path is interesting. We did get Rudo's in fire, and then Boomerang is hinted behind magic. That's also something to think about. The game is always going to try to give you a path to unique dungeons. Yeah, Boomerang is on the sometimes, you're right. Normally that Chew blows up the Goron, but I guess I missed him. It's weird. Usually that doesn't miss, but whatever. I might as well grab that. We evolve in our future, so makes sense to get more health where we can. And now we just got to do the weight of shame here. So what's the play after this? There is one more song. There's really not reason to stay child right now. Lake is nothing. Valley's nothing. Well is nothing. The only reason I'd want to go CAC right now is child, and I think that actually makes sense. Oh, I jumped down. I think it does make sense to go down and check chickens just in case on that that Kath Pack to Bongo hint, but really though the song is the major concern at this point. And we could check Dompe along the way as well, which is pretty nice, so. Oh, big chest here. Yeah. So we have all the path hints now, which is kind of nice. We don't have as much information. I was kind of hoping. There's magic. Okay, so now we can beat Jabu. That's really nice because now we're, I think we're Bo Din's light arrow away from go mode. And I mean, technically 30 skulls, but I can learn how to do water hop on the spot, right? This may become a tutorial Tuesday for myself. If I can't just do it off the rip. Yeah, so the thing is, Bo is interesting now. Because, like, we don't necessarily need it to beat any of the dungeons. We just need Bo to shoot light arrows. So we might be in a situation even where Bo is our go mode. Which isn't that common, but it'll be interesting if that happens. Just gonna check 10 here. Oh, Mirror Shield. I don't really care about that, but thanks, I guess. We have access to all three of the boss dungeon items between Boomerang, Hammer, and Mirror Shield now, which is nice, but only 2 of them are actually required in the seed, so that's how it goes. Hello, Dompy. I wonder if that... Oh my god. Can you imagine if that's the cack path? The mirror shield? Because what if Nocturne is on Burning Cack? Actually, yeah, that could very much be a thing. Because, like, Dins could just be in Colossus. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually quite scary to have mirror shield there. Just give me Dins right here. Vanilla Wreck. Ugh. Yeah, that actually, yeah, you're right. That could definitely happen too. Ah, boy. That's scary. Okay. Oh, hold on a sec. Yeah, we could be in a situation where we have to do all dungeons. It's okay, it just means more Ocarina of Time to play. Oh, there's Wreck. Okay. That is really good. Because that basically means crisis averted at this point. That is a really good find there. Now that we have Requiem, I'm gonna play... Oh, that song doesn't work in here. Forgot. So now I can beat Jabu. I may be able to just, like, never have to go, Child again after this. Just get the Boomerang, beat Jabu, and then we're peachy. Double fairy hit. OGC is dead though, and that's a blue rupee, so we don't need to come back here with a bean, at least. I'm gonna not do Child Spirit right now. I'm gonna bank on it not being required. Alright, give me Nocturne. Give me Nocturne, please. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, that's best case scenario. So the threat of all dungeons is for now it is quelled, which is good. The worst case scenario is avoided. But nothing is guaranteed yet. We could still have all dungeons for something else. It could be like, I don't know. It could be all dungeons for Sarias, so you can get you can get Dins on Skull Kid or something stupid like that. I don't think we're gonna need Epona though, because we have the horseback archery hinted. Alright, let's we'll make it night. We'll go do chess minigame, we'll go do Jabu, and then we're gonna go back adult and just stay adult. It's very nice. We can save warp out of treasure chest game. And just be right where we need to be for Jabu. So we know this is going to be Boomerang. And maybe Jabu will have something cool. Trying to think what's my best course of action once I go adult. That's really just to beat Shadow, we just need Dins, right? At this point I have to weigh my options, and like GTG, technically out of logic, but GTG is out of logic for right now, although I guess it is in logic because we definitely have 30 skulls in logic now with the Boomerang. So yeah, I think GTG is actually the best play. Like go down, go do GTG first, or maybe I do water first just because it's my prog, right? And then I can just clear water, do the field checks along the way, and from there we can go into GTG, assuming we don't find Bo and Dins just hiding out in water, which would be quite the turn of events. But failing that, GTG is definitely the best play. There's one more hint here as well that we can grab on our way to Jabu. Just a little bit out of the way, but still looking for a couple hints. So Ice Cavern has Eponas, and I think at this point we don't actually need Eponas. But Ice Cavern might still end up being required. We don't know yet for sure. Oops. Come on. OT menuing. So thankfully, in SGL settings, we have Rudo pre-placed on floor 1, so we don't need to do the basement loop. There's nothing down there other than a couple skulls. So we don't got to worry about that. We're just going to do this dungeon nice and quickly. Get to the important part quicker. I cannot see the chest. Nothing. I assume if the chest were big, I would have been able to see it through Link's body there, but... That's a big one. Let's see Dins. Dins or bow. Or light arrows. That one's kind of nice. Does mean I might need to double back to forest though, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. We were gonna find a slingshot sooner or later. That one's, it's just like bow. There's 3 of them in the seed, so that could have just as likely have been a bow. And it would have been a much better pull. It's a small chest anyway, but could have gone for the My Bruto meme. You know I would have had to do it for speed gaming, right? Where am I? Am I good? Yes. Just thread the needle between those 2 enemies there. Coming up to the end here of Jabu. That's all we gotta do. Kill the Octo, get to the end of the dungeon. It's no big deal. Thank you for good luck, Mr. Zebra. Come on in. Just a couple items left before our go mode. This here, just as a reminder for anyone tuning in, this is a tutorial Tuesday for the SpeedGaming Summer Series. It's a new tournament series featuring a bunch of different games, including Ocarina of Time Randomizer, which we're showing off right now. These are the settings that will be run for the tournament. That'll be running over the next month and a bit. Alright, we gotta do this. We gotta do our friend Kryle's setup. Oops. I messed it up. Never mind, we're not doing our friend Kryle's setup. Right, and so there is another trick you can do here to skip this little elevator here. It's a little precise, a little finicky, but will be doable with enough practice. There we go. Too bad. Then a nice little precise boomerang throw you can do to hit that switch without having to climb all the way up this room. You're ready for the Baronade fight. this fight is fairly consistent if you have proper execution chops here. Good timing. Just need to follow the rules exactly of how this fight works, and it's not too bad. There's another dungeon done. We have our Shadow and Spirit medallions, which means we will be getting Ganon's boss key. Doesn't really do us a whole lot of good until we have access to Ganon's in the first place, but that is going to be behind the 3 spiritual stones, which we still have to do. Fire, we're basically done. Oh, double magic. What a nice find. That is definitely magic locked, though, but we might as well grab that. Why not? Live a little bit. Have some whimsy. Now I'm kind of thinking it might be a good time to just go adult. Don't get jump scared here. We're gonna get Ganon's boss key as soon as we land. Or no, wait, no. It's when we get into Temple of Time. My apologies. Okay, Saria's is on Burning Cack, which we would need to clear Spirit and Forest to do, but hopefully it does not come to that. We are mostly equipped to do that. We just need a bow. That's the only thing. Okay. Let's go adult. We'll clear fire. We'll clear water. That means Serenade is on OOT, so we're definitely gonna have to hike. Actually, you know what? Let's not even bother with fire right now. I guess I should. It is technically progression, so let's just take care of it. And I mean, there's a couple of things in Crater I can do now. Well, it's really just the 2 fairy fountains, but we might as well go do them along with clearing Fire Temple. There's the Ganon boss key. I was in Temple of Time for a split second, but it was enough to grab the boss key. Alright, so with the bomb bag, Evolve is a ton easier, even with 6 hearts. Like, it's more than doable. As long as we don't get troll hold, but oops. Hopefully that doesn't happen. No troll hole. Do an extra bomb there. I wasn't sure if the first one hit. I mean, it must have, because I got the right damage cycle. But that was a little hairy there. So I just dropped an extra bomb. Didn't need to do it, but just to be extra safe in this boss fight. There's a second hitbox on where Volvagia flies in at the beginning of the fight. There's a hitbox that you can just hit with a bomb and just damage down. Beat the fight very, very quickly without having to do any of the phases where Volv flies around. More than enough time to get this item here, which is just a recovery heart. Oh well. That is dungeon number 3 done. We'll be soon on our way to complete dungeon number 4 in Water Temple, and then as soon as I get Din's Fire, then we'll be able to go do Shadow. So, well on our way to victory here. But we're gonna need to hike down Hyrule Field pretty soon. No chance of Serenade. I mean, I could, if I really wanted to, I could reverse through Wasteland to get to Gerudo Fortress and Gerudo Training Grounds early, but there's items along the way in Hyrule Field that I don't want to put off for too much longer, so go do those. Oh my god, we have all the bomb chews. That is wild. No shortage of explosives this seed. Fortunately, I do not have a horse. I could go to Ice Cavern and get the horse, but like, not worth it. If we're in a situation where we need to do Ice Cavern, where the seed is pretty bad as it is. Nothing here, but we have fire done, so that's a win. Now we're just going to be backwalking all the way through Hyrule Field. So, y'all need to go get, like, a stretch break. Grab some water. Now would be a great time to do so. And yes, we're ignoring Big Pose for right now. I could technically do it. Well, no, I don't have a bow, so like Big Pose isn't even a thing. Never mind. There's one grotto over here we can get thanks to the iron boots. Just a nut upgrade. I do not need that, so we're just gonna ignore that. Yeah. As a reminder, Lake Hylia itself is foolish, but Water Temple could have some stuff. We may be in a situation where we need Bow to complete Water Temple, but we're gonna hope that we're not in that situation. We'll just do it right away. Worst case, I can just set Ferrari's Wind now that I have magic, and we can just come back to water whenever we want. It's going to be kind of a necessity because we do not have Serenade and no chance of getting Serenade, so going to have to watch out for that. We already knew that hint. I'm still curious. Okay, the one hint that's like still kind of like ringing in my mind right now is the Forest Temple Devolve hint, because that is almost certainly a strength, but it would mean that strength has to be early on in Forest Temple before any of the strength block stuff. If that's the case, then we may need to go to Forest Temple later on, but let's see what this is first. It's fire arrows. Unfortunately, not the elemental arrows. We want the arrows and we want the light arrows, but the fire arrows we kind of don't care about. There. Is it time for the FAE demonstration on stream? With what bow? But yeah, FAE might be something we may be doing if we can't find that Dins. FAE is a trick to enter Shadow Temple with fire arrows. It is never going to be in logic. You're never going to have to do it, but if you can do it, it would be nice. It's just a quick mirror shield, just for kicks. We'll have the mirror shield on. We may be about to watch me learn how to do water hop here, because I do not know how to do it. I'm just going to end up guessing. No? It's like a frame perfect equip of iron boots, right? Hit B on the way up. Almost got it. Surely this is the run. No? You need to hold up as well. Can't imagine. Hold up after you get the hop, I see. Noted. There we go. Beautiful. And that's how you skip long shot. There you go. Learned it live on stream. We got it. Not tricky at all. And we're just gonna leave Ferrari's wind here. As long as we may need it. Jury's still out on if we can actually beat Water Temple right now. We're going to need to find the boss key first and foremost. Assuming we can find the boss key, we can just clear it. And hopefully never have to worry about Water Temple again. But no guarantee that we can find the boss key right now. Small key there. So there are 6 keys in Water Temple, plus 1 boss key for 7, and then there are 4 items. So it's not really a dense. It is actually the least dense required dungeon in the game. So not usually people's first choice when they're looking for items, but it is technically okay. There's the boss key. I think we just leave. I think we count our blessings and we just leave. Well, you know what? While I'm here, just in case I need to come back, I'm gonna bring the water level down. So if I need to come back here, we can do stuff a little bit quicker. In fact, because I'm not sure I'll have Serenade, we might as well just leave this here. Leave this here, and then we have an easy way back to water if we're desperate at that point. Although it may end up that we decide we want FW somewhere else, but neither here nor there. I just gotta get Morphin in the corner here. Very, very easy. And with that, we are 1 dungeon left to beat the game. We just need to find Dins, bow, and light arrows, and we will be done with this randomizer seed. And that is a claim check. We'll see if that ends up being anything. It's gonna be a little bit before we can check that. I don't remember exactly the setup for crossing the bridge with just hook shot. So I'm actually gonna reverse from G2G. Or from Spirit Temple. Forgive me, it's been a little bit. Once I'm done with GTG, I kind of have a choice of a couple regions. I think the obvious play would be to go to Forest. We're kind of banking on Forest having another strength upgrade. And that basically means that if there's a strength upgrade in Forest, then we kind of have to do it before we do Spirit Temple. The Spirit Temple, at least the adult side, is locked behind 2 strength upgrades, of which we only have 1 right now, and it's kind of implied, based on path hints, that there's another strength upgrade in Forest Temple. And Forest is 8 checks, so it's not like the worst. And it's 8 checks, but it's also incredibly front-loaded, so you kind of get a big burst of checks right away that you can do. For now, we're just going through the wasteland in reverse. Pathway's not that hard to maneuver around, so just handle it as we come. Crossing the gap here is just as easy as back walking when you have the hover boots. No problem at all. Get thrown in jail. Take a look at that. It is a big chest over there. So, hoping for a bow. We'll see what we get. Alright, nice little trick we can do here. To kind of cheese this guard fight. Shoot a hook shot so she jumps inside of the torch, and then she's just kind of trapped here. We can just crouch at the corner and she'll die very, very quickly, and we are basically completely safe in that fight. Alright, there is Gerudo card. So now we can get inside Gerudo training grounds. Very nice. And I'm actually debating like just getting rid of Ferrore's Wind in Water Temple. Because there's a couple things that are bow locked and a couple things that are strength locked. Well, double strength locked in GTG, and it's going to be much more fruitful, at least I hope more fruitful, than Water Temple, which now, because of that claim check, now only has 3 items as opposed to GTG, which bow alone locks 4, and strength 2 will lock another 4, at least. Well, there's a Zora tunic. That's really not that useful. But cool, thanks, I guess. Alright, GTG is going to hopefully have at least one of the things we need. We can take a look at the maze right away and just look at the chests in it and see if there's any big chests. And I know, based on where the chests are, how many keys I'm going to need in order to get them. So on the right side, we need 0 keys, and there's 1 big chest there. The center is nothing, which is nice. Over there, I see that is a key chest. So 2 keys. I can't actually see what that chest is. It is, yeah, it is beatable only. So the chest in the middle is a key, which is very funny. Normally you wouldn't see that, but that's how beatable only works, and that is the big change that we were making from last year's SGL. You would not see that if all locations reachable was on, is that you can get into a situation where that key is completely unobtainable. It's still important to count keys though. There's 9 of them in GTG, and if I know how many I've spotted, then of which I've seen 3 in the maze so far. Took a lot longer than I would have hoped, but oh well. Alright, so one big chest at least is going to be obtainable here. And that's another key. I have everything I need to do toilet room, so I probably want to do it at this point, because we're kind of running out of stuff to do after this. It's really just ice and forest that are available to me right now, and like some stuff in the child area. Okay, so that is key number. So there's 1, 2, 3 overscale. So we have, well, I guess I don't need this key. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys that I can see, that I can observe. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Go do this first. Whoops. What a amazing bonk that was. That is nothing. That is not a key, so we're still at, the key count is still at 5. Key count is still 5. It's very possible that we don't have enough information to know. We're gonna come back to this later. I'm definitely gonna do toilet room when we're done with GTG, but we'll just take care of all this stuff first. Take care of all the other fun stuff first. I'm hoping for at least a bow, although Dins would be way better, because then we can do basically all of Shadow. Key count is 6, key count is 7, okay. Only a couple more things we can do here. With no bow, we do kind of lose out on quite a bit. Unfortunately, 7 keys in the front of GTG is kind of unlucky in terms of item density. So I'm thinking we're probably going to forest fairly soon at this point. Unless, come on, give me a bow. Let's see a bow. No, that's not useful for anything. I mean, it's nice to have, but it doesn't unlock anything, unfortunately. So only one more thing to do in GTG here. I think at this point it's probably a good idea. I'm gonna put Forays Wind here, so that because we can always just hop down to river, or hop down the waterfall and get to Water Temple very easily if we have Forays Wind here. Come on. Alright, last item here in GTG, and it's nothing. Alright. Let's plant FW, and then we'll go do forest. All we got out of here was bigger on Sword into Scale. Not really a great haul, if you ask me. Alright, so without the bow, we can only do so much of forest, but I think very good likelihood that we find a strength upgrade here, and then we'll be able to do spirit, which hopefully will be a very fruitful dungeon. It's a little bit more dense as well. Even without the bow, it's still gonna yield a lot of items. So we'll see. We'll see what's actually doable here in Forest. And like I said earlier, Forest is really front-loaded. There's a ton of things you can do in here right away. So should be a decent number of things that we find here. I didn't target. My angle's all messed up now. Uh-oh. Luckily there's a fairy in this pot here. Just another key. I love this fairy. Thank you. All 5 keys are required in Forest Temple, so... We don't have a bow, so our only option is to use the Song of Time block here. I'm holding out for that strength upgrade. I know it's coming. It's not that. It's also not that one. That is the boss key. Which, we don't need that, right? Oh, I don't even need to do the, Please. No, there's no way that was gonna work. Interesting. I really thought there was going to be a strength upgrade here at the beginning of Forest, but maybe my intuition was incorrect. Because everything beyond the Floor Master chest is going to be strength locked, which really there's only one thing I can do, which is the bow chest. So maybe Destar was onto something when he called out Vanilla Bow. But I would be very surprised, because again, it didn't seem like we were bow locked in fire. So this is a nice way of getting Floor Master. Alright, let's see a strength upgrade. It is a big chest. Yeah, that is completely unsurprising given everything. It's good to know, it's good to have confirmation that my intuition was correct. Unfortunately, though, that's not really that helpful in the context of the seed, other than giving me 4 more things to do in GTG, which is nice. And I'll probably take care of those as soon as I'm done with the one remaining thing I can do in Forest Temple. We'll push the block. I could skip pushing these blocks all the way with bombs and hover boots, but there's a chance we need to come back here later on, so I don't think we'll do that. I think I'll just keep it simple. There's still quite a few checks in for us, so we'll play it safe here. We are very much running out of things to do. Probably as soon as I'm done with bow chest, I'll just FW right back to Gerudo training rounds and get the strength 2 checks out of the way before doing spirit. Might as well just FW, set it again, and come back if we find bow. Although at that point, we may just want to do FAE. Wait, I don't have the keys, right? I don't have the keys to do bow chest, right? I'm gonna need a bow here. This is a key door. Am I tweaking? This is a key door? It is. Okay. All right, so we're done with forest. I didn't even realize at the time. So, all good. Oops. Nice. Sick door hitbox. Surely Dins is here, right? Surely I don't have to do spirit. Surely the seed will be a bro. Okay, so 4 chests in here. We already got a big one in sight. Just a heart. 7 hearts. Cool, I guess. Come on, Dins. Nope. Slingshot. That's a key, so the key count is now 8. That's a heart. Yeah, we're just gonna set FW. At this point, there's a 3 out of 4 chance that toilet is an item, so let's go check that as well. Let's check that before we do spirit. Why not? I forgot to check it earlier, but we can go do that now. Then we can do spirit. I think after that we go back child. Or what? wait, what can we do as child? Argon in the woods. Trying to think what else we can do as child. Oh, I haven't been to River yet. I should definitely think about River. That actually gives strength to the ice cavern plate, which I was gonna say might not have that much value, but I think yeah, that we value that definitely over doing child. Trying to think what else there even is to do with child. There's child spirit, I guess. Just a key. Okay, so that is 9. So unfortunately, we lost the 3 of 4. But that means there's gonna be 3 juicy items if we find a bow. Yeah, let's go do spirit. Spirit, then river, ice. Yeah, I'm not in the business of orphaning stuff, especially when it's a 3 out of 4 that it's an item. And we're kind of running out of options here, so. It hasn't been an all, it's not an all dungeon seed yet, but we have had to enter every dungeon so far. Except for Deku, which, you know, who cares? It's key, so we're confirmed able to do stuff in spirit. Don't have to go child. Again, we are looking for... If I find Dins, I am out of here. I'm going to go do Shadow. And then we can go get our light arrow hint, which won't give us help for the bow, but yeah. It's still going to give us direction in the seed, which we desperately need at this point. And you know, Shadow has a high likelihood of having a bow anyway, so... It just makes sense. Nada. Okay, that's a big chest there, which is very good. Can't tell what that is. It's a brown. Alright, so we're opening that right away. Just a bottle. Man, this Dins is eluding us. Really? Wow. Okay, so we're actually done here. Because there's no more keys that I can get here on the adult side. So if I want to continue in spirit on the adult side, I'm gonna need to go back child, which I was already thinking about. So let's take care of river and ice first, and then we can go back child for the last couple bits of cleanup. It's turning out to be quite the mean seed. Probably could have done river a long time ago, but yeah, it's kind of my own fault for putting it off. Is there anything I'm forgetting about? I don't believe so. Yeah, watch there be two bows in river or something stupid like that. Wasting all this time for no reason. That's slingshot seeds. Don't know if I have all my hints. That. All right. Again, I could have done this immediately. This has been available since the beginning of the seed, so kind of embarrassing if this ends up being an important item. This or the associated check beside it. Oh, this one's nothing, but there's still one more. Anything in CAC I haven't done yet? I don't think so. And that's just a blue rupee. Okay. So, never punished. Yeah, we're just gonna break into Ice Cavern here. Just YOLO this angle. Nice. So we know that the song here is Epona's, which doesn't really give me a whole lot, but there still can be some other nice items to be found in Ice Cavern. It's just a blue rupee. So yeah, at this point, it's just Ice Cavern, go back Child for Child Spirit and Target in the Woods. Adult Spirit and then Water, and that's basically the whole seed, I think. Could be forgetting something, but hopefully not. Oops. Not what I wanted there. Nice ice physics. Man, if it's an Ice Cavern, then like the hints actively discourage you from going to Ice Cavern, so it's kind of sad if that ends up happening. Because like the HBA hint makes it so you're like less incentivized to go to Ice. At this point, no matter where the progression ends up being, it's going to be in a mean spot. Yeah, we got a big chest there. See that Baronade Path Prio hint and wonder why it's there? Yeah, but are you incentivized to go to Ice Cavern, though? Is that still going to be your first choice? There's Strength 3, which doesn't get us anything right now. Letter and Rang to do stuff. Right, but Letter, yes. Rang, I don't know. Doesn't really point you in the direction of Ice Cavern, does it? I don't know. I still think it's kind of weird to justify going Ice based on that alone. So, yeah. Yeah, there's always Child Spirit can always come up, rear its ugly head. Well, at least if lights are in light trial, then we have strength 3 now. Oh, there's Dens. Okay. And watch this be bow. Watch this be bow. Yep, so the solution was go ice, after all. Yeah, I guess the justification would be that Rudos could probably lead to Dins because of the triple bongo path, but that's not a bow. Okay, we're out of here. We're cutting our losses, and we're just going into Shadow Temple, and we're hoping there's a bow there. And if not, then go back to Spirit, light the torches, and hope that that's a key. So we can continue on, well, there's actually 2 opportunities for a key there. Hopefully we don't even need to deal with that. We can clear Shadow Temple, which means Ganon is actually going, Ganon's is absolutely going to be our first thing to look for bow and light arrows. And I mean, we'll get a hint for light arrows, so we may actually be in a situation where bow is our straight up go mode. But ideally, there's just a bow here. Yeah, Shadow is kind of a 15-minute auto-scroller, so hang tight here. We'll be out of here as soon as we can. The only thing that like we've seen for beatable only so far, I believe, is just the middle chest in the GTG maze. It's the only thing that is technically quote unquote unreachable. Even though if you're smart about your keys, then you can get that key just fine. That is a nothing chest. Again, Shadow is also a very dense dungeon, so decent likelihood we see one of the 2 remaining items required for our go mode, but not guaranteed. But between Shadow and Light Trial, surely we have to find something, right? Well, Shadow and Ganon's as a whole, because we can clear out Ganon's at this point. Oh, there's a big chest right there. And of course, it's our first bow. Okay, so now we are in glow mode. All we need is light arrows, and we'll get a hint for that. So at this point, we are well on our way to finishing the seed. Just gotta clear out the rest of Shadow here. There's not really much we can do to skip stuff. I mean, we can skip stuff in the event of early boss key, but it's, you know, we might as well just do everything while we're here. Is this maybe? But maybe lights are just here. You never know. You know what? We're doing it. It's a big chest. Alright, watch this be lights. Just the quickest go mode of all time. Once we found ins. If that's the case, and you're smart about your path hints, and you're able to deduce... Just double defense. Still though, I think you finish the seed a lot faster. Assuming that you have strength 3, which might not be the case. You might not go forest if you just beeline for ice cavern. But assuming lights are not in light trial, then is probably the seed is probably a lot faster than like 225 or whatever it's going to end up being. At this point though, the worst places for light arrows to be hinted are going to be Lost Woods and Goron City, because that means it's going to be it's going to be like surprise all dungeons. Bail me out, please. No, wallet. Alright. Bail me out part 2. Nope, second bow. 2 bows in shadow. Why am I not surprised? This game, man. Oops. Nice. Oh my god, dude. What an angle. I have lens equipped, I might as well make this easy on me. Come on. Key chest. On our way back out of here. And I aim. Shadow key. Still looking for the boss key at this point. See if I remember how to do this room. It's been a little bit. Forgive me if I mess this up. No. Almost got it. I think I was just a little bit too slow on everything, I suppose. Nothing. There's the boss key. That's not it. Alright, so we're going to clear out Shadow here at the back of Shadow. We're going to go to Ganon's. We're going to hopefully acquire... Goodbye, Skull. Oh, don't do that. Learn my lesson real quick about fast boat. That's a newer setting. I'm not used to that. Yeah, we're going to go to Ganon's. Yeah, almost yeeted myself off the boat. We'll get the hint. Well, I'll do something. I'll have to do something a little funky with my FW. Alright, so no, this would have not been an FAEC. Not that I had the opportunity because there were 2 bows in friggin' Shadow Temple in the first place, but there was a key here, so we wouldn't have had the opportunity for it anyway. Or it would not have paid out, so to speak, because I would have needed to find Dins anyway. But luckily, we did end up eventually finding Dins. As slow as it may have been. This is one more item here. Not a big chest. We do not have a long shot, which means I can't do the scarecrow skip here, but this is okay. We can do a cutscene skip instead. Side hopping off here. Skips the cutscene. Now we're very easily able to make it over. Alrighty. Anything else I haven't marked? Like this. There you go. There's Shadow done. Now all we gotta find are those pesky light arrows. We'll be done with the seed. Light arrow's right here. Damn it. Would've been cool if that worked. Alright, Rainbow Bridge time. Guess I never checked this gossip. Okay. Alrighty. And again, hopefully light arrows are just right, like, accessible right away. Hopefully we don't have to magically do all dungeons. That would suck a lot. I'll take Spirit Temple. I'll take Forest Temple. One of the dungeons. That's totally fine. Don't make me do both of them. And we're just gonna go straight for the hint. Nice. Don't really know how did that by mistake. Alright, so I'm gonna need to do something a little weird with the FW here. Because I have FW set in GTG, and I don't necessarily want to lose it if canon says that light arrows are in GTG, which is very possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here, and then we're going to dispel GTG warp. We're going to set FW again, and this is in all other scenarios I want FW to be here. So now again it is going to tell me where the light arrows are. If he says GTG, I'm going to press the reset button right away. If he says Haunted Wasteland, I'm going to press the reset button right away. If he says anywhere else, I'm going to wait until the cutscene is over, save again, and that way I get FW locked into here instead, and I can return here as soon as I get the light arrows. Inside my castle. Okay, so confirmed we can beat the seed without having to do all dungeons. It's probably going to be light trial, so thankfully we have all 3 strength upgrades. Otherwise, this would have been a pretty annoying strength. Well, probably could have been an annoying strength that you have. Save here. But yeah, inside Ganon's castle, no trouble at all. No trouble at all. And we're just gonna go for light trial right away. Whoa! Relax, Link. This is one of the densest regions in the game. There are 8 chests in a very confined area. So, very infamously good region, but late game and locked by a bunch of strengths. So, you know, kind of this interesting position in the game's meta. Bottle. We're just greeting here. When you greed and don't succeed. Wait, there's one more. I didn't see this one. Yo. Never mind. Greed works. Alright, let's have fun here. Just to be clear, what I'm about to do here, this is banned in the SGL rule set. I'm just having a little bit of fun here. No, one more try. No, one more try. Surely I do this. Do not, yeah, do as I say, not as I game. Exactly. Yeah, I'll just hustle along these stairs for fun, why not? Yeah. Again, that is banned in SGL, don't do that. For the amount of time I wasted failing the trick, I probably, like, made up the time that I would have gained off of that Hess anyway. Jump slash here. So we get a bigger on sword jump slash stored here. And that's really nice because now we can equip Master Sword, which we need to do for the end of the game anyway. But we still have the damage value of bigger on slashes or jump slash. So my crouch stab will kill Ganon in 5 hits here. Very quick fight. Now, Master Sword jump slash into the cutscene so that we can get Master Sword jump slash, which is the most powerful attack for this fight, even after we lose the Master Sword. Yeah, exactly the start. If you were as cool as me, you'd be allowed to do it. I mean, I'm still dying on the hill of that standard should allow 1 free super slide per race, but that's a losing battle. So. Ganon first phase down in 3 hits thanks to the Master Sword jump slash that we did before the fight. As long as we only do crouch stabs and nothing else. Please hit the tail. Nice. Jesus. Alright. A little bit on the longer end of what this seed probably could have been. Yeah, I did do okay. You definitely finish this a lot faster if you work out that whole ice cavern thing we discussed earlier, which I do think makes sense now that it was explained to me, but still not a bad finish time. And yeah, that hunt for Dins was a little annoying. So, but once you find Dins, you're clear to just finish this as fast as possible. One question I have though, I'm going to take a look at the spoiler along really quick here. Where was that last bow? That last bow I would like to know. Let's see here. Twin Rova heart container. Okay, that can you get that without like maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah. So to start in chat, do you want to lay on the information about what's going down for this tournament? Because this is an upcoming tournament for SpeedGaming Live. This is just a demonstration of how the seeds are going to go. But there is going to be signups and a qualifier coming up soon. After which you will enter a bracket. Yep. Oh, never mind. That's not the... Get out of bed. Okay. Let me pull up the schedule here. You mean, is the qualifier really this Sunday? I actually don't know. Let me pull up the rules document. Yes, Sunday, May 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, May 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Top 32 finishers move on to the brackets. And if you cannot make that qualifier live, again, 2 p.m. US Eastern, so that's 11 a.m. US Pacific, 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Central Europe time. You can convert it into your local time zone based off of that. But yes, that is when the qualifier is going to happen. It's going to be on racetime.gg. There is a Discord as well. And as well, Bido's House signups are not available yet. But if you join the Discord, which, let me get a link to that. Yeah. And if you can't make that, you can message either me or Destar, and we'll set you up to do the race asynchronously. Yeah, for more details, you can join the Discord, which I will send in the chat room. Oh, Destar's got me already. Great. All right. And with that, I believe that's everything y'all need to know for this. Next Tuesday at the same start time, 7 p.m. US Eastern. Next Tuesday, I will be doing the same, but for the Rando tournament. We will be doing a tutorial for those settings. Those will be locked in soon. So come back here next week, and if you want to join in the Rando tournament, you can do that as well. Yep, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching.